Hi, my name is Kat, and I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy on August 8th, 2018. Um, I had a high starting weight of 370 pounds. My program required that I lose 40 pounds, and this is Katie. My program required that I lose 40 pounds before I was eligible to get my surgery date. By my surgery date, I had actually lost 50 pounds, so I had a surgery weight of 320 pounds. Excuse me. So I this is my, I think, 15-month check-in, because it would have been a year or 12 months on August. September would be 13, 14, 15 months. So as of today, well, when I checked in last month, I was at 206 pounds. At least that's what I was on my actual check-in day. I don't know if I recorded earlier what I ended up doing. My weight as of today is 203.4. So that is a loss since surgery of 116.6. Thank you, Kaylee. And a all weight loss of all time of 166.6. That's a lot of sixes. From that point on. So it's not the best, and it's been a hard month. I've had a lot of ups and downs. I actually was down to 103. The furthest I got down was 202.4, something like that. But I bounced back up, and I think I got as high as 205 again. And I've just been bouncing a little bit. And not, I mean, eating-wise, there, was, Thanksgiving, Halloween. Halloween had, I had a little bit of sweets, but not much and not long term. I think just getting past the 200 point is such a major mental thing that I think my body is holding on to weight a little bit more. I'm hoping that I've done my wiggle, and that I'm going to keep dropping down. I don't love to give myself deadlines, but I would really love to be under 200 pounds by the end of the year. I think that's absolutely completely doable. I just have to, really focus on it. She has the most fabulous tail. It's just beautiful, and she's funny because she doesn't like having attention in a lot of places. This is one of the few places that she will let us pet her, or me specifically, that she'll let me. She lets my husband pet her occasionally, but she's a very, very sweet cat. She's just, I think she was caught because she was 4 months old when we got her, and she'd just come into the shelter, and I think that she was lured with food and caught, and she's been skittish ever since, but she's a very loving cat when she lets herself be loved. What are my data points, or how, I've been eating pretty good. I think I let snacks in a little bit more, and I have to pull them out again, but I know this. I am trying to, I don't eat a lot of different things. I'm pretty focused in, especially when it comes to breakfast and lunch are almost the same all the time, and actually on weekends I usually even don't eat breakfast. I just go straight to lunch, and sometimes I'll only have one meal a day, but that's back to the kind of living I did prior to starting this whole process. On the weekends, a lot of times I did just have one meal a day. Granted, that meal is a lot smaller now, but I'm still okay with it. Like, I'll sleep in. I am back after I spent, so this month, I think last time I recorded, my parents had just come and visit visited, and almost as soon as they left, I started getting sick, and I got really sick. And it was a cough, so it took a long time to get over the cough. And I, wasn't going to the gym when my parents were here. And then when I had the cough, I didn't feel like I could go to the gym because nobody wants to be in an enclosed area with somebody who's coughing up a lung. It's just not cool. I didn't know if I was contagious, but I didn't want to spread it. So I kind of let myself heal as much as possible. I actually, during like the 2 to 3 weeks that I was sick, I was just basically, I was, would come home from work and almost go directly to sleep, just because I wanted to, like, traditionally sleep has been the one thing that has healed me faster than anything else. And the weird thing is that one of the things after my year progress, the only thing that after my blood test, the only thing they asked me to do is they said my level D, my vitamin D levels were a little higher than they'd like them to be, so they told me to cut out taking the pill. So I did. Now, the first year that I have been have been doing this, I really haven't gotten ill. Like, it's been a year where I didn't get ill. Last year I didn't get sick at all. And I thought that was great. Like, who wants to be sick when you've got restrictions on what you can eat and all of that? So it was, when I got ill, my husband posted online that he had gotten, or he was trying not to get ill and was mainlining vitamin C. And somebody said, oh, you should take vitamin D too, that helps. And I'm like, I'm going to be so pissed if vitamin D and my overabundance of vitamin D has been the thing that's kept me healthy. So I actually started taking vitamin D again because I don't want to be sick. I want to get over this. But I've been feeling, like I've started to feel better, and starting to feel better, I started to go back to the gym. And when I go back to the gym, like when I started the first time, I held on to weight for a little bit. I think I even gained a little, just for like the first week, and then I started to lose more rapidly. So I'm hoping that's happening again. I started going back to the gym on the 4th. Really, was it just, yeah. I'm like, oh, that was just last week. I've done a week at the gym, and I tried out a body pump class, which I really kind of like. It's like, and I started out, I knew I liked Zumba, and I started to take a couple UJAM classes because, that's what's available at the time I can take classes. And the key for me is really the instructor and the choreography. If I like it, I am super happy. If I don't, it's a slog, and it's mentally hard for me to get there. And I didn't like the Monday I think it was a UJAM class. I just didn't like the teacher. So I found out before that there is a body pump class. So I'm like, and I'll try out the body pump class. And even though I had to do a lot of light weights and sometimes no weights at all, I loved the teacher. I thought she was really great. So I'm like, okay, so I'm trying now to find, like, I took a kickboxing class on Thursday, which also was a new teacher for me, and I liked it better than the class that was the other option to that. I have some Aqua Zumba classes. I don't love the teacher for that. And I'm wondering if it's just better just to get in the pool. But I'm still, having knee issues. So this week, there's a Zumba class that I love, and it's, like having that, like, I think I must have started, I think I started the last week of October getting back, but not as solidly as I did last week. Last week I did every day but Friday because I had an appointment during the time that I usually take class. But, like it can, like, my knees still bother me, and I really do like this one Zumba class. Is really enjoyable. I'm going to miss it this week because I have another appointment. But he's a great instructor, and and then last week, not this last week, but the week before, I made it through the whole class, and I didn't expect to because I was coming back from being ill. But this week he was more energetic, and I think it was his birthday and he was celebrating, because I could only make it through half. But I also had been doing the gym more often, and the day before I had done the body pump, which was a lot of squats. So I think that my knees were not in the best shape. I'm starting to think that maybe I should take like some preventative Advil or Aleve before I go into those classes. I'm at the point where I think pretty soon I'm going to have to deal with the fact that my knees aren't in great shape, and see what they want to do. Every time I have issues with my knees, they're always like, oh, let's strengthen muscles around it. It's like, that's not, it doesn't really help. Like, they always send me to PT and they're like, okay, well, let's do this squat and this squat. And it's like, I am pretty damn strong. I have a lot of muscles, and most of the muscles are strong. So I don't think that that's the issue with my knees. I think the issue with my knees is I've just hurt them too much and made them carry around too much weight. But other than that, I had a couple of fun, non-scale victories. I was going to say, just going to the gym and seeing myself in the mirror and being such a different shape. I don't feel like I am thin by any not purpose, but means. Like, I'm not thin, but I am in what I think is more the normal range. And when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, that's a normal human being. That's not the human being that I was before. I don't take up as much space. So so that's cool. A while back, I've been testing crossing my legs, and I was like, oh, I can cross my legs, and but it wasn't comfortable to sit that way. Like, I could do it. Like, I couldn't do it for the longest time, except for putting my ankle on my knee. I could put my ankle on my knee, but I couldn't. It wasn't comfortable. The other day I sat down and I just crossed my legs sort of automatically, and it felt okay. And I'm like, oh, and it was like halfway through, it's like I crossed my legs and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, I'm sitting here with my legs crossed. So that's nice. I also have several pairs of, I'm the person that kept trying. Like, even when I was really heavy, I would try to order wide calf boots, and they would, I would do measurements and stuff like that, and I would think that I'd done it right, and then they'd come in, and sometimes I'd send them back, but not always. So I have, if there were things that I really liked, I'm like, I will fit into this one day. Most of the time that wasn't true until the surgery. So I was going through, I'm on a little bit of a purging kick that I need, and if you're looking behind me, you can see I've got a lot of shit that I got to go through. When I was going through the purging kick, I'm like, I'm going to go through all the shoes that I have. I don't need as many pairs of shoes. And I would always be looking for the right black ballerina slip-on, or the right black boot, or, something, like a staple, but I wanted the perfect one. And I'd find one that's like, oh, that's kind of good, and then I'd keep it, and then I'd find something that's like, oh, maybe this would be better. So I end up with a lot of almost good enough things. So I finally said, I'm just going to go through and I'm going to get, go through and just clear out the ones that aren't quite right. So I was going through my my boots, and I have 2 pairs that don't fit yet, but I know will fit soon, and 2 pairs that fit, and it was great. I actually wore them with leggings to work, and a long, like a sweater that covered my butt. But it was great to wear boots. I haven't really done that in a very long time, and I was very happy the whole time that I had boots that fit and that made me feel good. So very happy for that. excited to be moving down. A lot of the jackets that I got fit better now, which means my arms are getting smaller. That's the main thing on most of my jackets is my arms. And I'm at the point where I'm starting. We actually had in my program, we had a plastic surgeon come in and talk to us. And it was kind of eye-opening. You know, they talked about the different surgery options and what they are. And I really do think that I'm going to get my arms done. I had been looking at, it's like plastic surgery is not covered, and the arms certainly aren't covered. And I was hoping to, you know, like figure out like, well, maybe I'll go. You're waving your kitty tail around. It's a beautiful tail, but you can keep it down. I had been thinking, okay, well, what do I want to, you know, what do I need to do? It's like the thing that bothers me most is my arms. My breasts they've always been soft and sort of, you know, floppy. So it's like, oh, I don't think I ever would want to get augmentation because there's still quite a bit of breast material there. Would I maybe want to lift? Maybe. I do have extra skin on my stomach and on my thighs, but I still have a lot of weight on my stomach and thighs, so I think that's where I'm carrying the majority of the extra weight that I have left, so which is about 50 pounds. So, you know, like I don't know what when I get to the end of my lowest weight, what will I be happy with? But yeah, I do think that I will at least get my arms. It was nice to know that that's like a $5,000 to $6,000 thing, so I could get that done locally. And it's like, oh, that's nice. That's not too bad. But then I start seeing all of these transformations and like some of the stuff that they're showing in Mexico where they're doing whole body transformations, and it's like, oh, do I want to do that? I mean, if money and time off were no problem, yeah, it would be a hard recovery, but yeah, that would be cool. But I don't know, is that something that I need to do? I don't know. My arms, I think I'm really gonna do, but not probably until I finish the year. And I have added collagen back into my diet. I have found, now that we're in cold weather, not only hey, boots, yay, and you know, I have all these jackets because I'm a jacketaholic, and you know, like I can wear all my jackets again, but one of the things I've missed was hot chocolate, or like a warm drink, you know, and I don't drink coffee, so I've been doing Milkademia, which is macadamia milk, which I was able to find some cartons of for fairly cheap in Costco, and I've been warming that up and putting chocolate collagen in it, which makes it like I had done that cold just as chocolate milk, but the collagen blends much better in hot liquid, and like I said, I don't do coffee, so I'm like, oh, what am I going to do hot liquid? Hot chocolate. So that plus the collagen plus the milk has been a nice warm morning drink, and I have been enjoying that, and I think the collagen is good for my skin, which is, you know, a concern for me now. It's technically not in my program because it's a higher calorie drink, but I'm not drinking it for any purpose other than the purpose of the collagen. Like I could get away without it. I don't need it, like it's for that medical purpose, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, that is where I am. I took some pictures earlier in the week, so I will stick those in. And I hope you're having a great month, and I will talk to you at the beginning of December. And we'll see how close I am to getting to that 200 mark. So thanks. Bye.